How wonderful. I thought you might like to hear the first cuckoo of spring. And a crow. What a delight. The birds of nature are on song this bright sunny morning, and so am I. Not that I'm going to sing you a song, you understand. Morning has broken like that first morning. Well, if they can do the Eurovision Song Contest in Liverpool this week, I am from Liverpool, so that's my winning entry. What is it about a walk in nature in the sunshine that lifts the spirit so much? I reckon we modern men and women have lost a lot of what makes us human. And by that I mean we've lost our connection with nature. And I don't just mean smelling the flowers or frankly going for a walk in the woods here on a spring morning, listening to the birds. Of course, modern man like me has an app on the phone to recognise the different bird songs, and I have indeed just recorded that one on the app. No, by losing connection with what makes us human, we need to remind ourselves, as Charles Foster does in his wonderful book I'm just halfway through, Being a Human, where he deliberately, with his teenage son Tom, chooses to live in the Derbyshire woods in winter, spring, summer and autumn, to taste what it must be like, or might have been like, 40,000 years ago, to trail the caribou in the dales, the Derbyshire dales, simply to survive. But turns out more than that, not just to survive, but to thrive. At least, maybe not in dietary terms, and there's no just eat or Deliveroo in Palaeolithic times to call upon you. You have to deliver your own food, you have to track it first, and then when you've cornered and killed your prey, a caribou in this case, you conduct some sort of ceremony of forgiveness for killing a spirit of an animal, because in those days man vaunteth not himself up as superior. He really saw himself as one amongst many animals in nature, and this is how it was for tens of thousands of years before we got our central heating and our smart cars and our smart TVs. And I've been walking in these woods now daily, all weathers, rain and shine, for about 2 weeks now. Such a short time, really. And observing the leaves coming out. It's late spring now, and just in the past week, the leaves have burst out on the trees, and I've noticed the leaves on the upper branches, they come out at the same time as the leaves on the lower branches. And I can't help thinking about what it takes for a tree, what we might consider a dumb tree, to be able to pump enough water up from the roots, from the ground, 30, 40 feet up to the topmost branches, so that the leaves at the top come out at the same time as the leaves at the bottom. Just a little thought I have. And that's another aspect of walking in the woods that I'm coming to appreciate. The sort of strata, the layers. Some of these Scots pines are 70 or 80 feet tall and would make excellent ship's masts. I dare say in days of yore, that's exactly what plantations like this were for. And so you start to imagine what it's like being a squirrel. Well, I do, up 30, 40 feet up in the air. And with my bird app, I can tell you what birds are around. Morning. And this morning, as you heard at the beginning, it's cuckoo time. And I had it in my mind that here in northern England, at any rate, the cuckoo was not obsolete, but certainly scarce. But no, somehow it seems such a delight. And this aspect of being human, being part of nature, is, of course, it has to be deeply embedded in our DNA, surely. But not only our physical DNA, but, if you like, our mental DNA. And so when we go walking in the woods, regularly, I suppose, it's a bit like a habit. You need to repeat a new habit 40 or 50 times to get into the habit, or so I've heard, maybe longer. You start to appreciate changes in nature more, and you start to watch the habits of particular birds, for example. You will already know that a robin is much bolder, it seems, and much less scared of humans, and will come trotting along the top of the stone wall, foraging for the seeds that some kind walkers leave. Look at the colour of these fresh leaves. Blue sky. Blackbird in the background. I'm showing off now because I can recognise the sound of a blackbird after all this time. Also, I happen to know, I can't spot it at the moment, but in this part of the wood, the wrens give a nice song. What else have we had this morning? We've had a willow warbler this morning. What a great name. Oh dear. So much to enjoy in the woods, just not far away from the tiny house round the corner where I'm going for breakfast. Catch you later.